Rise and grind, folks. Guys, I am on the way to a brand new customer. This is a no heat call. He called in yesterday and said that the heater stopped working. I am almost there right now. I'll see y'all when I get inside. Guys, this customer has 3 boilers. This second floor is the one that's not working. It's a New Yorker, 2005. Looks like our pilot light is on. Looks like it's a low water cutoff, which is not active, which is good. Alright guys, let me get my meter. Alright, I got nothing leaving my transformer. Let me check my incoming power. I'll be back. I'm not even getting 115. Let's go back to the breaker. And where is it? Hold on. Up. Into here. Second floor. Everything looks on. And of course nothing's labeled. That's first, second, and it should be third. Let's see here. Guys, hold on, I'll be back. Guys, I just flipped all the breakers off and on. And I got power, but since we know what side of the pendulum we're dealing with a 115 volt issue that can cause the breakers to trip. I'm just looking at all my wires. Everything was good inside my switch. We got a damper, which is 24 volts. Should be a 24 volt low with a cutoff. I'm just looking for any obvious signs of any cross wires or any burnt wires, but according to this landlord, everything's been working up until a few days ago. What I don't know is if they had something plugged in upstairs that could have overloaded this circuit. But tell you what, let's turn this on and see if this thing trips again. I didn't go upstairs. I had the landlord go upstairs to turn the thermostat on, but let's see what's up. Nothing yet. Let's see if I still got power. Yeah, breaker didn't trip. And we got power to our boiler. Let me see if my transformer Guys, I need both my hands. I'm gonna check this transformer. I'll be back. All right, guys. I got 115 to the transformer and 0 volts between R and C. This transformer is shot, but I got the power off. One thing I don't trust is this. See that? Looks like my low would have cut off. Shorted out. This thing smells burnt too. I don't think this transformer shorted out on his own. I think it was this low to cut off. Tell you what, guys, let me put this back together. I gotta step out and make a call. I'll be back. All right, guys, the customer wants to get the work done. I am on the way to the supply house. Now, guys, the moral of the story is whenever you guys are out here troubleshooting transformers, always look for the cause. The effect, of course, would be a bad transformer, but often you have to realize transformers always fail due to a shorted wire. They don't fail just to fail. So, guys, always look for obvious signs of burnt wires or even miswiring. If the system looks like someone already came out there to diagnose it, make sure everything's hooked up correctly on the low voltage circuit. And you guys seen towards the beginning of the diagnosis, I seen the burnt wires on my lower cutoff. I knew that would be something I got to keep my eye out on, and that turned out to be part of the issue with the transformer burning out. So, guys, like I said, I knew that wasn't a normal occurrence to have, a transformer in the fan center go out, but I'm glad I caught the cause and the effect. So, guys, what I'm gonna do, and of course with that low with the cutoff, I gotta drain the boiler down. I didn't look at any other drain valves. I didn't look at, anything other than the boiler itself. So I'm hoping they got some type of operating drain valve so I can drain that thing down rather quickly. But guys, that's the easy part. As long as I got all the parts and everything I need, I can figure out what to do when I get back. But guys, stay tuned. I'll see y'all when I get back. Guys, I got my low with the cutoff installed. Right now I'm just leak testing. I got my fan center in. And they don't have an aquastat, they just have an inline limit switch here. And that's already preset at 180. This is an older boiler, but all the controls are still operating. Everything looks okay, nothing's banged up too bad. But guys, I'm in a very compromising spot. Let me wait until the pressure get high enough so I can start my burners. I'll be right back. All right, guys, everything's firing up. I got it up to 15 PSI. Based on the setup down here, I know we got radiators on the second floor, but I'm not gonna get crazy and go up there and start bleeding until at least my supply pipe gets a little hot. Right now, everything's ice cold. But in the meantime, who will I be if I didn't give you guys some free game here? What you see here, let me move some stuff out of the way. What you see here is a fan center. We replaced this. Today, guys, what we found no power at our L1, L2. We flipped the breakers off and on. Surprisingly, the breakers didn't trip, but we turned the breaker off and on. Once we confirmed, we had 115 going to the boiler. We checked for 24. We had no power leaving the transformer. Anytime you got power going to the transformer and nothing coming out, that means you have a bad transformer. That's the effect. You have to figure out what the cause is. And as soon as I looked around the corner, I seen this. And this is definitely a culprit. What happened first or how it happened is none of my concern, but I can only go off of what I see. And if you see everything burnt and melted, make sure you rectify the situation before replacing the transformer. Otherwise, this could have caused the same thing that happened with a new transformer. So, and just to give you a different scenario, this was a 24 volt issue. If we had a 115 volt issue, this would be on a totally separate side of the system. The only thing that's 115 volts on a residential gas boiler is our circulator pump. However, how 115 and 24 conflates is with our relay. This is a double pole, double throw relay, and the relay has 115 volts hot on one side, but it's not going to pass power from one side to another to feed the circulator pump until there's a call for heat. So technically, you could have a bad relay, which could be, depending on the scenario, either this will cause the pump not to work, or if your coil is shorted out on the relay, this could cause the transformer to open up. Guys, I didn't want to take the chance of just replacing the transformer and keeping this fan center in here, so we just recommended just replacing the entire control. But that was just to give you guys a handful of scenarios. But once again, if you use your Monday morning quarterback procedures, you know, go through your checklist, you cannot go wrong with diagnosing boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, whatever the case is. But guys, I'm gonna clean up a little bit. I gotta take some trash outside. I'll be right back. Guys, my return pipe is starting to heat up. What I'm gonna do is, I think we might be good here. I'm gonna put all my stuff back on the truck. I'm gonna get my infrared thermometer, and I'm gonna check all the radiators on the second floor. Worst case, if all my pipes are hot down here and the radiators are cold, I'm just gonna bleed the air and then come down here, refill it, and check again. But I think for the most part, everything's rocking and rolling. Worst case, if I gotta bleed air, so be it. But if everything's hot, then we're good to go. But there you have it, guys. No heat call, gas boiler. Found the transformer open. Upon further investigation, we found why the transformer opened, and we recommend replacing the low water cutoffs and the fan center, and customer has heat. There you have it. He has 2 other boilers. Knock on wood, he said the other 2 are working, but we're going to recommend maintenance here next fall. But in the meantime, we're going to light a match, and we'll see this customer on the next one. Peace out, guys. I got to roll. Honorable mention, guys. If I wasn't proactive, I would have got stranded this morning before I left to go to the supply house. Guys, my battery is shot. For you guys, even if you don't have work trucks to use every day, make sure you guys got your booster packs. This one is the cheapest one. This is a GB40. They make ones up to like 200. I recommend getting the bigger one because that can jumpstart vehicles a lot quicker than the GB40. But guys, call it what you want. This puppy here saved my tail, and I was able to get to the supply house and get that job underway, so I didn't have to deal with this later on. But guys, what I'm gonna do is get this battery installed. They already took back the old one, but I need both of my hands, guys. But yeah, make sure you pick up your NOCO Boost Plus at AutoZone. You can probably get these on Amazon, but I remember that when we had to get our trucks towed almost every other week a couple years ago, I got this recommendation from the towing truck guy. He had the 240, he had the big boy. I told him I was gonna pick up whatever I can find. But guys, these are lifesavers. Just keep them charged, and as long as you got a green light on these, you're good to go. All right, guys, let me handle my scandal. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.